ऑलराइट लेडीज एंड जेंट्स, सो सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि लास्ट वीडियो में बहुत से लोगों ने कमेंट किया कि तुम लोग ने फार फ्रॉम होम देखा नहीं है. दैट इज नॉट द केस. एक्चुअली हम लोग ने फार फ्रॉम होम देखा है, लेकिन उसका जो पोस्ट क्रेडिट सीन था वो हम लोग ने नहीं देखा. सो इसकी वजह से मुझे पता नहीं था अबाउट हिज आइडेंटिटी बीइंग रिवील्ड. आप लोगों से मैक्सिमम लोगों को तो ये बात समझ में आ गई, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग को ये समहाउ वो ट्रिगर हो गए, उनको समझ में नहीं आई. एंड उनको लगा कि यार मैं बोलता हूँ कि मेरे को सुपर हीरोज के मूवीज पसंद है, लेकिन वो ये नहीं पता. एंड आई हैव ऑल्सो ऑलवेज मेंशन दिस कि मेरे को सुपर हीरोज मूवी पसंद है, लेकिन अगर आप कोई फैंडम की बात करें देन आई एम अ डीसी पर्सन. मेरे को मार्वल के मूवीज पसंद है, मैंने एवेंजर्स पूरे फॉलो किए है, सब मूवीज सब फॉलो किए है. बट अगर किसी कैरेक्टर की बैक स्टोरी ऐसा कुछ बोलने जाए तो मैं डीसी में ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे वो ज्यादा पसंद है. दैट बीइंग सेड, जैसा आप लोगों ने उस वीडियो पे कमेंट किया कि ट्रेलर का ब्रेकडाउन देखो, सो वी आर गोना डू दैट टुडे. उससे क्या होने वाला है कि हम लोग बहुत सारी चीजें जो हम लोग ने मिस कर दिए थे वो अपने को पता चलेंगी. एंड द नंबर वन चीज जो हम लोग ने उसमें मिस की इज कि उसमें 5 विलन है. आई कुड ओनली स्पॉट 2, क्योंकि हम लोग ने फर्स्ट टाइम वो देखा तो मैंने वो एक ऑब्वियसली ग्रीन गॉब्लिन का बॉल अपने को दिखा था और डॉक ऑक दिखा था. वो 2 मेरे को पता थे, लेकिन पीपल आर सेइंग देयर आर 5, लाइक सैंडमैन है एंड इलेक्ट्रो वगैरह है एंड मेनी मोर. सो अपन देखते हैं वो क्या सीन है. सो विल कम टू नो. एंड एज यूजुअल ओरिजिनल वीडियो की लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है. गो एंड चेक इट आउट एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट.
Now we start off with Peter and MJ sitting on a rooftop. This is something that has happened at several points in the comics and
Yeah, it's
films,
true.
and I got a lot of vibes here of the original Spider-Man 3, in which the pair both sat stargazing. We learn that this is in the aftermath of Peter's identity being made public, but looks like at this point that he's managed to clear his name, even if everyone now knows it. MJ is reading a newspaper from the New York Post and not the Daily Bugle, as we learn that in the MCU it was an Alex Jones-esque show rather than a publication. On the front cover it reads Peter Parker and his Spider Minions, with him puppeting people, showing that the media is still sort of trashing him, even though he saved the city and also the universe. Gonna put some dirt in their eyes, and it also shows that those around him have been pulled into it too, which we'll talk about later on in the video. Now MJ reads one of the passages out about how some suggest Parker's powers include the ability to hypnotize females. Whilst this is thrown away as a little joke, it actually foreshadows the big reveal in the trailer, in which Peter asks Strange to pretty much hypnotize the entire world into forgetting that he's Spider-Man. Peter just wants to stay up there forever, and then we cut to him and MJ swinging through the streets of New York in the aftermath of the post-credits scene from Far From Home. Peter's face is blown up all over Times Square, with the mask superimposed onto one side. This iconography pulls from the comics, namely when his spider sense is set off, and it's also very similar to some of the promo material, which showed his face split between strangers. We later see a shot in which people swamp him at a subway entrance, and judging by the location of this shot, I would say that this is how the movie opens. The street sign says West 33rd Street, which according to Google Maps is opposite Pennsylvania Station, which is where Peter was at during the post-credit scene of that movie. From what we know of the film, the opening is very much going to be in the same vein as John Wick 3, and it'll see Spider-Man being chased across New York as this revelation breaks the internet. We cut to him in the police station trying to explain the drones and how they are what killed Mysterio, even though he was put in charge of Edith. Peter also sits with handcuffs on, which reminds me a lot of Man of Steel when Superman was being interrogated. He could clearly snap out of them in a second, but he's left them on for appearance's sake. Now there's a guy who slams down some papers in a split-second shot, and it looks a lot like Matt Murdock from the shirt to the tie. We do know that Charlie Cox will be in the movie, and this is a blink and you'll miss it moment that I'm 99% sure is him. The 1% is because I asked a mate who said it definitely wasn't him, so tell him to shut the hell up in the comments if he's wrong, because I bloody hate the guy for disagreeing with me. Now we cut to him and MJ reading their phones, which clearly have headlines and reports about the revelation. I love how this and the opening of the trailer are pretty much them obsessing over the news reports, and it shows how much it being out there has completely dominated their lives. Peter wanting to just stay on the roof away from everyone shows how much he feels deep down that it's changed things for the worst, and it nicely sets up the actions that he takes. Also, I love how MJ has sketches of people hanging above her bed, and this is something that she of course did during detention in Homecoming. Next we get what is clearly a flashback in which the character likely handed himself in or was taken to court. We see someone has a sign that says Devil in Disguise and Mephisto confirmed. Now here he's joined by Ned, MJ, and what I think is Flash Thompson, who has dyed his hair blonde. In the comics, the character was blonde, and it's nice to see him supporting Peter. Flash was obviously a massive Spider-Man fan, but ironically, he hated Peter and also bullied him. The reveal has obviously changed things, and it will be interesting to see if reversing this knowledge turns him back into being a baddie. Next we cut to what I believe is immediately after the events of Far From Home, in which both Peter and MJ are getting followed through New York. From here we jump to him in school, and bruh, I cannot believe he went back there. You know what, I'm somewhat of an idiot myself, and I definitely wouldn't be returning there, mate. Steer clear. Now we can also see the back of some Letterman jackets, and Ned could be caught wearing one of these in the recently released Funko Pop pics for the film. The M on it likely stands for Midtown High, which is what Peter attended in the comics. Spoiler alert. Now we see Peter and May sat in their apartment, and from this shot I almost get the feeling like someone has walked in on them from the way that she sits up. Peter says that this isn't about him, it's hurting the people he loves, and as Batman said, the mask is to protect those around you. Now this might be pulling slightly from the Civil War comic, as that had Peter revealing his identity to the world in order to show that the Superhuman Registration Act was something worth doing. Peter was very much the eyes and ears of the reader, and over time he changed his mind and went on the run. His arc actually ended with Aunt May getting shot, which plays into the One More Day storyline that we'll talk about in a bit. Either way, you very much get the idea that the reveal of his name has led to people around him being put in danger, and it'll be interesting to see if they lean into what happens with May in that, especially as we don't really see her in the rest of the trailer. Now along with May, Ned too gets questioned by the police, and it's clear that a lot of people want to know when the announcement that Toby and Andrew are in the movie is going to drop. Just tell us, yeah? Just tell us and there won't be...
मैंने भी actually सुना कि Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are gonna be in the movie. Like the previous the previous Spider-Mans, they're gonna be in the movie, but it's like confirmed but not confirmed.
Now hilariously, Pierre comes up with the idea to go and see Doctor Strange by looking at the hanging wizard lights that are in the aforementioned room. He journeys to the Sanctum Sanctorum, which we can see covered in snow. Now why this likely is because Bruce Banner blew a big hole in the roof during the opening of Infinity War. After this, Strange was at the very least snapped away, and the fact that it took a while to get it fixed might confirm that Wong was too. During this time the elements have taken over, and we can now catch him shoveling snow. But bro, thought you could use magic. Bruh, you set a fireplace on fire, bruh. Just melt it, and do that thing you did in Endgame. Just do that with the water. Now Strange and Peter have a nice little back and forth, in which they talk over what to address each other as. This of course plays on the first time that they met, in which they used their made up names. Strange's mug says "for fuck's sake," which sort of makes me think he's thinking that, seeing Peter show up on his doorstep. Anyway, the webhead has one request, and that is to remove the knowledge from everyone's head that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Now as mentioned earlier, this is clearly pulling from the comic book storyline One More Day, in which he went to Strange in order to help save Aunt May. Strange even lived in a rundown and boarded up Sanctorum during this, and he helped him to travel through multiple timelines so that he could see if there was anyone who could help. Unfortunately, everyone said that there was nothing they could do, and thus he ended up turning to Mephisto. Now this idea of traveling through timelines could potentially be seen in the trailer, as Peter asks if he can go back in time or something, and Strange levitates at one point in a position that looks similar to what he did in Infinity War. Now if we are right with this, then it clearly doesn't work, as Strange has to carry out a different spell, and as Endgame showed us, all that travelling back would do would be to create a branched reality. In the comics, no one was able to help Peter, and he ended up making a deal with Mephisto, and along with bringing May back, he also removed the knowledge from everyone's mind that Peter was Spider-Man. This was so that people wouldn't come after May again, and in exchange for doing this, Mephisto made it so that Peter and MJ never got married. Now the fact that Strange is the one carrying out the spell, and not the devil who's always in the details, makes me think he won't actually be showing up in the MCU for a long time. Yes, I know it was obvious, I was just holding out hope that one of the fan theories would be right, and everything I said in WandaVision wasn't for nothing. Now in between this scene, we hear Peter explaining to Strange why it's really important that this happens, and amongst the shots are him getting swamped, which we talked about earlier. Jump to Wong, who warns Strange not to cast the spell, and he promises not to, even though he gives Peter a cheeky little wink. Interestingly, Wong packs his bags and leaves, and from what we've seen of the Shang-Chi trailer, this might actually be him going off to fight the Abomination. Kevin Feige has confirmed that he is indeed in the film, and I like that we kind of watch him walking off whilst this happens, and we watch Strange use one of Peter's hairs in the Men in Black memory eraser spell. Clearly something like this is needed in order to tie a spell to someone, and the character pinched some hair from Thor in Ragnarok before sending him and his brother off to meet Odin. Now if you've been following the channel, then you'll know we talked about this moment in our last plot leak video, and it looks like Peter interrupting the spell is what causes reality to break open. He doesn't want his girlfriend or people like May to forget he's Spider-Man, and thus he knocks Strange's concentration off slightly in order to stipulate this. Earlier in the trailer, Peter does say that he feels bad about lying to MJ, so it does make sense why this would suddenly spring to mind. Now if Toby and Andrew are indeed in the film, which worst kept secret of all time, then this moment could be a callback to the Happy Birthday storyline. In that, Dormammu attacked New York, and Doctor Strange cast a spell which Peter interrupted. This split open time itself, and he was able to view a future version of himself as well as a past one. Either way, the spell seemingly works, but we also get what looks like a rainbow bridge amongst it being cast over the world. This effect is typically shown when someone is travelling through the Bifrost, so maybe at this point a villain comes across the multiverse and into the MCU. Weirdly, this effect was actually used in a number of fake fan-made trailers, so give yourself a pat on the back if you did that. You spoiled the trailer and you got it right, well done. Now there are several villains that I counted in this first look, or at least teasers to them.
This shot was
This is obviously the first look, and Sony don't want to blow their load, but from what I saw and what we know of the film, the rumours and reports are true.
This is a Green Goblin.
It's true. All of it. Now the first big one is of course Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus, who arrives at the end of the trailer and says, "Hello, Peter," during one of the many quick cuts. That was a really bad, I should have re-recorded that, but we're moving on. Now Molina has pretty much taken the mantle of the spoiler man from Tom Holland, and he's been out and about telling us everything that happens in the movie. According to him, we see a scene in which an alternate version of the character at the end of Spider-Man 2 is pulled across the multiverse through a portal. If you cast your mind back to that film, the villain died after drowning a miniature son in the Hudson, and it's possible that when this collapsed that it pulled him across. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is also teased when a pumpkin bomb rolls towards the screen. We've been saying for months now that he's in the film, and that he will end up forming the Sinister Six. We also see some electrical folks that he will be reprising his role as Electro, though his costume will be different. At the end of The Amazing Spider-Man, Fox was overcharged and he was seemingly killed, though they may explain that this sent him off into an alternate reality. Peter's black and gold suit has been heavily shown in the toys and promotional material, and judging by the circuitry on it, this will be used to fight the electrical enemy. Now they may pull from this, they may not, but from what I've been told, the majority of the characters are what if versions in which their arcs differ slightly, so if you still like the versions from the original films, then that isn't going to be ruined for you. We also see a pile of sand rising up in the trailer, as well as the lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man.
So the sand jo upar hai, that is I think gonna be Sandman, the villain.
Jumping up at Peter while sits in a glass prison. Now I will be doing some minor spoilers here, just talking about the context of this shot from what the leaks say, but I know some of you don't want to know anything, so if you don't want this ruined, then swing out of the video.
Do you want to hear this? Do you want to hear this? I don't know. Chalo sunte it's.
Figure out a way to send them back. Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborn shows up to ask about their lives, and they say the last thing they remember was Spider-Man. Unable to free them because of the powerful magic, Osborn goes to Peter and pleads with him to help out, and he tells him that these characters will die if they're returned home. He also says that the Peter of their world was there when they passed away, and Tom Holland's version is racked with guilt because he could potentially be sending them back to their deaths. So he breaks into Strange's prison and steals a magical cube that's holding them in place. We see this in the trailer, and Strange supposedly chases Peter across New York in the mirror dimension. This is why we get a big chase scene, and also see the city folding in on itself at one point like Inception. The effect of course appeared in the first Doctor Strange movie, and it's gonna make for an amazing scene. From what we get in the trailer, it looks absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, this is like, no, I like, it's like मेरे को ये नहीं जानना था. Now I'm feeling bad कि मेरे को भी ये. No, yeah.
It's gonna blow a lot of people's minds watching this in IMAX. There's also a big chase on a train, and it's clear that Strange doesn't mind throwing everything he can, including Uncharted 2 directly at him, in order to stop him breaking the multiverse. Strange clearly catches up to Peter at one point, and he pushes his astral projection out of his body, which is also something that the Ancient One did to the Incredible Hulk.
It was actually done to Doctor Strange as well. in the first movie.
You also see what could potentially be Miles Morales' mother, and if you cast your mind back to the title reveal, you'll remember that the surrounding lines looked a lot like the island Puerto Rico, so it could be teasing his introduction here. Other
You
shots
know
include
what?
the
I loved that movie. Like उसके effects इतने बढ़िया थे. Like being an animated movie, it was so good यार. Seriously.
upgraded Iron Spider suit, which carries a slightly different design to what it had in Infinity War. Now, another interesting aspect of the novel is that it ends with Doctor Strange realizing that by breaking the multiverse, he's caused a lot of problems in the magical world. It very much teases that he'll be facing off against several sorcerers, and potentially this could be what happens with Wanda. It was said that Loki, No Way Home, and In the Multiverse of Madness will all be part of the same storyline. I think it makes a lot of sense judging from the way that the comic ends that he'll be going toe to toe with her. Though we don't know for definite whether Wanda's gonna be a villain, I actually think that she will, and yeah, I'd love to see the Scarlet Witch go head to head with Strange.
All right.
I would have otherwise never made this much sense of that trailer.
Obviously, कोई भी trailer हो उसके पीछे like there's a lot of things that obviously people like us, maybe आप लोग are into the comics thing. I am not. Akshata is not.
I am to my memory about any movie. I'm like pretty clueless when it comes to linking characters to the past.
Quite a lot of things that we missed. Obviously, first time जब भी देखते हैं तभी उतना मिस हो ही जाता है. We cannot get anything. And especially जो comic के जो Easter eggs रहते हैं, वो obviously हम लोगों ने comic पढ़े नहीं है, so you definitely don't know that.
Yeah.
उसके लिए I think ये breakdown videos are very helpful. जैसे उसने Sinister 6 के बारे में बोला. If that is gonna happen in this movie, I think that will be next level. And also if all the three Spider-Mans are gonna come together. You know what? ऐसा जब भी when they mix like different universe like multiverse वो mix करते हैं ना, वो storyline it just gets so much more excited.
Yeah.
Same happened with Flash in the previous season. Movie वाला Flash came into the TV show.
Oh.
क्योंकि it is said that जब अभी next Flash movie आएगा तभी that scene is gonna be there कि TV वाला Flash is gonna meet. So यार you know these guys they like you know they
Pull it together so nice.
so nicely. So yeah, I think this was amazing. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो मेरे को अभी भी like didn't make sense. I have to watch this again to understand. And I think this movie is gonna be just great. As he said, it's gonna blow up the chart. But अभी तो महाराष्ट्र में अभी थिएटर्स चालू नहीं है. वो टाइम तक हुए यार इतने बढ़िया मूवीज आ रहे हैं. Just missing watching them in the theaters.
Yeah. I think we are gonna have to watch it online only on one of the OTT whenever it comes.
नहीं दिसंबर है तो probably दिसंबर तक like it chances
But even
कम है
if theaters open up, I don't know whether we'll probably go.
थोड़ा अभी भी risk
Too much anxiety to deal with.
Yeah. चलो, anyways, this was fun. So this will be it.
This will be it.
This will be it, ladies and gents.
Thank you very much for making us a part of your day. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like and we'll see you guys in the next one.